It was a dark night, but plenty of stars in the sky. Sally Rucker took the reins in her hands. Was it a dream that woke her in the night, or was it a voice? An angel. Sally, Sally, it's time. Sally sat straight up in her bed from a deep sleep. The moonlight flooded into her room in the gabled roofline of her aunt's house. A pool of moonlight on the wooden floorboards next to the casement window beckoned to her. Throwing her warm covers from her body, she rose and peered out into the night. Everything seemed normal in the yard except for Lord and Lady Astor, the handsome stallion and mare in the paddock. Lord and Lady were not in the barn asleep, as they would be this time of night. Both were circling the paddock. She could hear their hoofs pounding in the dirt. She could see the moonlight shining on their sleek black coats. She felt their energy and their power. Sally put on her slippers and blue robe, down the flight of stairs from her attic bedroom. The door to her aunt's room was cracked as always. The nightlight in the hall shone dimly, but enough to light her way down the stairs to the first floor of the house. She ran to the kitchen and then out the kitchen door, across the yard to the paddock. Lord and Lady Astor stopped their circling and came right to her, and Lady nuzzled her face against Sally's shoulder. "Lady, what's the matter? Lord, what's going on?" Sally said in a whisper. "Come, I'll take you back to the barn." Sally opened the paddock gate and gently took Lord and Lady's harnesses in her hands. They easily walked back to the barn with her. Sally opened the barn door, but as she led Lord and Lady to the barn stalls, they stopped in their tracks. "Come on," Sally said as she pulled both horses with all her might. They would not budge. As Sally's eyes adjusted to the moonlight coming into the barn, she saw that both Lord and Lady had stopped right next to the open carriage, which sat just inside the barn door. Then Sally heard a voice again. "Sally, Sally, it's time." Sally looked around the barn. Where did that voice come from? She looked at Lord and Lady. Lord stamped his front leg. Lady snorted and threw her head up and down. She looked like she was nodding in agreement with the voice. Sally looked out the barn door into the night. The farm road shimmered in the moonlight. She turned to Lord and Lady and nodded. In a moment, Sally had harnessed Lord and Lady to the carriage. She climbed onto the seat. She took the reins in her hands. Lord and Lady knew what to do. Soon she was on the farm road. She was on the way.